Hello, Red Dog here, and this is going to be my hammered in guide for Diablo IV, Season 13, Lord of Hatred. I wanted to play hammered in because I wanted to play something that I like to play, and it's fun, and can clear all the content. Last season I played Zill. Those are two of my favorite builds. I'm a Paladin main since Diablo 2. So, here's my guide. I've cleared up at 120. This can be much higher with perfect rolls and greater affixes and more Paragon and all that good stuff. So without further ado, let me get into the build. We're going to start out first with the skill tree. So we're not going to use any basic skills at all. The only core skill we're going to use is Blessed Hammer. We're going to go with damage bonus and cast speed. And we're going to go with Disciple's Halo. Makes it a disciple spell. So there we go with that. We're going to go Fanaticism Aura. We're going to go extra passive stack. We're going to resource generation. You really need this so you don't run out of hammers. Yeah, Rite of Vengeance. This is going to get you crit strike damage. And it triggers the passive. So it kind of all works together right there. Good Defiance Aura. We're going to go max life and bonus healing. You probably could go with potency. This probably doesn't matter so much. We have Rite of Might. This gives you more damage for your resolve. We want to max out these and the hammers, obviously. Next, we're going to go with Aegis. We're going to go with cooldown reduction and block damage reduction. And we're going to go with Stay Lizard Loot. This ability is going to give you 8 stacks of resolve when you cast it. Pretty good. We're going to get Falling Star. We're going to get additional charge. We're going to get cooldown reduction. We do not need any of these. They all don't do anything to help us. The way it works with your set bonus and everything, you kind of need this to make the whole thing work, because it's another disciple skill and it's one with cooldown, so it helps us get that, which is Arbiter of Justice. We're going to go to cooldown reduction so we can get it more. We're going to duration so it lasts longer, and we're going to go with Seraph Wings. This makes everything vulnerable. Very important. We're going to Paragon Board next. So, obviously you want to go towards the glyphs and your legendary powers first, and then fill in everything. So, some of these blue ones you're not going to get at first. But we're going to get Brawn, then we're going to get Apostle, and then we're going to get Iron Strength and Raw Power. Eventually we're going to come back and get Tenacity, but you might not get that at first. And all these strength notes, will give you Disciple damage and vulnerable damage and all that stuff. Really good. So next, we're going to get the Castle and Legendary. So we're going to get Castle, and we're going to make it where the Legendary node's on the right side, and the Defiance. We're going to go up and get Defiance first, and then we're going to go get Castle. We're going to get Stalwart, and then make our way all the way up to the Glyph Socket for Honed. And then we're going to get Ironclad. Now, wait, when you're getting your last 30 to 40, you're going to come back and you probably get this one too. Insulate. So then we're going to go over here and get Shield Bearer. And you're going to turn the board to where Stalwart's at top. So we're going to get Shield Bearer, Stalwart, we're going to get Knight, and then we're going to get the Glyph Socket with Sentinel. Even though it has Juggernaut damage, you get 1.5% increased damage for each stack of resolve you have. This is where you're getting that big old damage bonus. My gear is not perfect. I'm missing 5 stacks of resolve. So it's like 7.5% increased damage right there. That's really the reason why you have that. Plus the close is good because it helps you with like your pet guardians. Then we're gonna come up to this board right here, board number 4. We're going to pick Divinity. 90% increased damage to vulnerable enemies. We chemically apply that, so you're getting almost like a double damage boost by having that. We're gonna get Sturdy. We're gonna get Defiance. We're gonna get Oppressive. Then we're gonna go up and get the Glyph node. And then we're gonna get Champion. And we're gonna get Flare. You might not get all of these vulnerable nodes at first in this when you first go there. Then later, not right away, you're gonna get Cautious Fighter. Then you're gonna come back down and you're gonna go up from Ironclad from the castle node, and because it's less Paragon points to get to this board from this one than it is from this one. And we're gonna pick Relentless. We're gonna make it where Relentless is in the middle, and we're gonna start with Battering Ram on the right. We're gonna get that. We're gonna get the Glyph. Then we're gonna go up and get this one. And then we're gonna get Endure and the Glyph Socket. We're gonna have Spirit, and then we're gonna get Darvish. Now technically, I could go 1-2 and get an extra willpower for critical strike damage, which honestly wouldn't be too bad. So what I'm gonna do is I want to finish getting these blue nodes here on this one, all these blue ones right here. And then once I do that, I'm going to finish getting these. And then I'm going to work my way to getting this next vulnerable damage. And this Defiance honestly wouldn't be bad either. And then I'm going to get these because I know physical damage doesn't work, but it gives me 2.5, 2, and 2. So for 6.5% block chance, which by the way goes with what we're working with. And then we'll make my way to this because, well, frozen and vulnerable and weakened enemies all count as count control, I'm pretty sure. So that's going to help right there. I'm going to go and get this one, which is crowd control as well, plus resist all elements. And then I'm going to get this just because damage to crowd control right there. I don't think I want anything else. I think if I calculate it right, this should give me 2 points left over, so I'm going to go get these 2 strength nodes last. We went to skills, we went to Paragon. Obviously, we're picking Disciple as our oath. We're going to get the set bonus, which is Light's Epiphany. This is this is why we're using was it Falling Star? Is to reduce it by 0.5 seconds. Arbiter, you gain 30% increased maximum life and 10% increased movement speed. This is actually 10x. And then we're at all the ultimates, and you get it for 10 seconds, and you get 50x increased damage with Disciple. Skills for their shit or dresses and ultimates are also Disciple skills. This is what we're going on right there. 3 Disciple skills on this one, 70 stats on this one. Right, this is 4. This is 3. This is 3. I have the 70 stats right now because you kind of have to in order to get all your little bonuses on your rare nodes to be active. Then I have this one, crit strike chance. I wish it was something else, but it's best I get. This was 90 stats. And experience, probably the best one I have. So we go with the gear. You want Era Perdition is best in the slot. The one that you will use until you get this one will be Godslayer's Crown. If you're not gonna use, if you don't have that, you're gonna go with Entomadal as a legendary until you get Godslayer. Godslayer is very good, but you want Era Perdition. The main thing on here is to get the maximum resolve stacks. It would also be, beneficial if you can to get the greater affix on your core skills. Here's might. You want your greater affix to be damage reduction, but you want your masterwork to be maximum resolve stats. That's where I messed up. It is nice that it gave me attack speed, but it also would have been better if it got all stats, your strength, and stuff like that. For your gloves, these are pretty much perfect, except for one thing I wish I could change. I wish I would have taken off the masterwork from Blessed Hammers and put in a crit strike damage multiplier. Your crit strike damage multiplier is going to be your most important stat. So this is pretty much perfect how you want your gloves. One thing I will say is, if you have strength inside of vulnerable damage, you can, you're going to flip-flop between this ring and this between strength and vulnerable damage on which one you want. So these rolled perfectly for me, for what I was looking for. Obviously, the different ranges in each aspects can make it better, but this is what really good gloves look like. If I were to make some more, I would go with the crit strike multiplier as my masterwork. These are Glenn's Anvil. This is probably one of the most important things. You want max life armor resistance. Probably should have went with strength as well, but I didn't. And then I have cooldown. That's just what I rolled with the cube, but you want maximum resolve stacks. That's the most important thing. Then we're going to use, so this is a Celestial Strife. I forgot to say that. This is the Zenvo. This is the Disciple. You gotta have all these. Strength, max life. I have Faith Regeneration. Some people have armor. But just putting Faith Regeneration on one of your thing is going to make sure, with the Ring of Starless Skies, is going to make sure you always have Faith against higher level content, against really tanky enemies. You're going to need this, or you'll run out of Faith and you're just going to sit there and be like, I guess I'll just wait till 30 seconds for it to regenerate. You're going to put movement speed on there. I got Lucky and Guide Strength, so that kind of makes up for this not having strength, right? Dang, I wish I would have put strength on this. But anyways, you go there. You can go Herald's Morning Star. I actually had Life Out Hit. This helps keep you alive, actually. But you want crit, strike damage, crit, multi, strength. I like the maximum life. Too bad you can't take off the weapon damage for holy damage. Then that would be way to go. Get this. This is beautiful. This is probably the best item I've gotten as far as Really Great World. Strength, max life. This is 3GA. Crit strike chance, critical strike damage multiplier. It's 100%. Dude, this is like maximum. And then at maximum life, at 8% crit strike damage, then you have it double imprinted. Use the cube for gaining block chance per resolve stack. If I could, I would take off the crit strike chance for holy damage. Right, strength, max life, holy damage, crit strike multiplier, and crit strike damage through the tempering would be the perfect roll. Okay, Ring of Starless Skies. Again, I wish I would take off the core skills for the crit strike damage. But yeah, this also gave me max life, so it actually gave me some tankiness there. So we have the Captive Stone of Ascension. Strength, crit damage multiplier, holy damage multiplier, resource cost reduction, and critical strike damage. The resource cost reduction plus the resource cost reduction on this, plus, where is it? The faith regeneration kind of makes it where we do that. This is beautiful. I don't think I would change anything about it. If you want to go more damage, then I suppose you could go vulnerable damage instead of resource cost. But I really highly recommend you do this so you can like not run out of stuff. This is the Herald of Zachrum. Straight up, it's the best shield for the Paladin. Like, I don't really know what else to say. Strength, crit strike chance, damage reduction, and I rolled another crit strike chance and critical strike damage. Then it gives you 40 to 50% increased strength resistance, armor. The retribution doesn't matter. That passive is a big difference. The damage reduction plus a high roll on that is the main thing. I don't want the impairment reduction, so if I could, I would roll armor on here or life, one of the two. So yeah, we're going to put a ruby in here. We're going to put rubies in one of our pieces of armor. Then we're going to do the rune words. We're going to be graceful, alpha canoid, neosay. You could also go negusay, but you won't. Then you want to put that in another one. Basically, we're going to have spirit wolves, and the spirit wolves are going to cast freeze, which is another crowd control. And then it kind of segues into this one, which is Negoku, which is the Tyrannical Fortress. Maintain its own action summon for 5 seconds, gaining offering for each up to 5. And then you get the Oathern Bulwark. So basically, this gives you this for free, and they do crowd control. We're going to put the diamond in the weapon. You don't want to put emeralds or rubies. Some people might think rubies gives you strength. Ruby does not. It gives you fire damage. You don't do any fire damage. That's useless. Emeralds used to give you crit strike damage, but they don't anymore. They give you poison damage, so you want this to give you all damage multiplier. So, that's basically my build. We're gonna go outside really quick. If I were to put the +3 to last +3 to Blessed Hammer that I had on, I'd probably do more damage. But I just want to go over here just to show you something real quick. We're gonna go out here. So basically, we're at 9.5 million toughness. So yeah, there's that. I've seen over 500 billion crits right now. If I switch those two things, especially the multiplier, around on my stuff, then you can get 600 to 750 billion crits. Once we do that, you'll start easily doing 120s and probably can move on to like 125s. And you should be able to beat Lilith on T12 then. But as you can see, like that's a 1-star, no star, 1-star, no star, 1-star, 2-star. The ring and ambulance are really nice, but no star, no star. So, like, if you get your greater affixes and get the perfect rolls, then you're going to be doing between 125 and 130. Obviously, finishing your Paragon board is going to help you that too. So I would say this, I could do 120. With maxed out gear and max Paragon board, you probably are like 130. Make sure to always try to be in that. Like, it just works. But anyways, hope you like the build. If you want something that's fun and off meta, but can still play on T12 and do 120 plus hits, and kill all the layer bosses, all the greater layer bosses, do hell ties, do everything. This is a really fun build. And obviously things are gonna get buffed and nerfed, so I wouldn't be surprised if in later seasons this became stronger and they nerf some other things, aka the rogue that's bugged and barbarians are way overpowered. So yeah. Hope you have a good day, and please subscribe for more D4 content. Thank you.